All righty. Good evening, my Harmony Pack. I am so happy and grateful to be home, as is Marcus and Bodhi and Flora. We're all so happy and relieved to be home at last after evacuating for the fires. So, and hoping that there's going to be some more cold, wet weather coming our way. The Cameron Peak, the big Cameron Peak fire, 200 and something thousand acres, is 90 something percent contained. The Troublesome fire, East Troublesome fire, they said today was 60% contained, but they pulled the firefighters away. Now they would only do that if they felt that it wasn't, going to be endangering anything major. I think a lot of it is up in, steep, difficult places to get to, and they're hoping for again weather that's going to dampen it and keep it from spreading. So it's always, though, a little worrisome. 60% is not ideal. So as long as we don't have hot, dry winds and stuff between now and whenever. But I did read in the Farmer's Almanac that the Rocky Mountain West is supposed to get a nice wet winter. So that's happy, happy news. So, and I hope that, and I think though on the Pacific, I think it's going to be a little dry your way though, Jackie. But check the Farmer's Almanac and see what it says. And I think it's supposed to be very cold on the East Coast. I don't know about Georgia on the side, but Penny, the mid-Atlantic states in New England are supposed to be pretty cold and snowy this winter as well, I think. So that's what I read. So check out the Farmer's Almanac. All righty. So tonight I'm very thrilled, really, and honored to bring you a Spider Woman grandmother. Now, Spider Woman grandmother is a deity of the Hopi and maybe the Zuni as well, the Pueblo people, and certainly the Hopi. And she is the being who wove the world. So she's a very big deal. And so maybe some of you are familiar with the grandmothers through oh, what's her name? I'm sorry, I can't remember. But she talked about the net of light, and this is a gal who channeled the group of grandmothers, and she's written a few different books, and they're beautiful books about the grandmothers teaching her about the net of light that surrounds planet Earth. And as you may remember, the elephants and the whales, the humpbacks in particular, spoke about the weaving the sound tapestry that holds Mother Earth together. That the whales and the dolphins, the whales and the elephants set the basso continuo, which is the line or the musical line that all other species weave their songs around. So or you can think of it as a steady beat, but the humpbacks with their vocalizations above what the human ear can hear, and the elephants with their vocalizations below what the human ear can hear. And together they have this very important relationship with Mother Earth but it has everything to do with sound frequency and vibration, but they talk about it as creating this tapestry. When we think about that, all these different threads, right, woven together of all the songs of every species that hold the planet together, that without that web of sound, the whole thing would just go, everything would just go flying off in all directions. And interestingly, many, many years ago, I was being interviewed on a radio station out of Chicago. And it was a call-in show. And this scientist called in. And he said, I'm really fascinated by what you're talking about, because we have been exploring these sound waves that are like woven throughout, around the planet and throughout the planet. And, there is this, you described it as this tapestry, of all these different threads. And he said, I get it, because that's what we're experiencing. And I was like, woohoo, that's so cool. So as I mentioned to you all, I just love it when science confirms and affirms what we've been taught or we've learned from the animals. And just like how the hertz a cat's purr heal bone, and things like that, that science is finally caught up with. So tonight, as I say, this is a being, a very special and ancient being that we are going to connect with tonight. So we'll see she's here. I feel her presence, and what I will do is let her pretty much guide the meditation. So we'll see where we go with this. So Spider Woman Grandmother, tonight we have some of our pack in person, and we have a lot more of our pack who are going to be listening to this recording later. So just, so that there's a small physical group here, and then there are ripples of others. And depending upon what you'd like us to do, I'm happy to share whatever it is that you want to share with us to a broader audience on the YouTube channel that I have, Kinship with Animals. So that's up to you. So, okay, without further ado, let's start our meditation. Sitting up straight, tall, allowing our spines to open up. Already, I can feel the crown chakra beginning to open up. So let's start to breathe. We're starting from the top down tonight. So see your crown chakra opening to receive, and illumination coming down to the third eye, opening our minds to see past this planet into the universes, into the energy of all that is. Opening our throat chakra to receive, opening our heart chakra as the place where everything meets. This is our place of wisdom. This is our place of knowing. As we breathe into the heart chakra, opening and expanding it, following the breath down as we balance our solar plexus, our navel chakra, root chakra, all now aligning from the crown chakra down as the energy moves past our hips and down our legs and knees, down into our feet, past our feet, reaching down and rooting very strongly into Mother Earth. This energy is stabilizing through us into Mother Earth. So we are now completely energized from the top down, firmly stabilized and rooted into Mother Earth as she is stabilized by our connection to the sky being known as Spider Woman Grandmother. Grandchildren, I am here tonight to speak to you of something very important, to speak to you of the web. For this is a web of life and a web of light. This web of light is encircling the planet you know as Mother Earth. The strands of light are from many, many universes. The strands of light are built of love, are built of wisdom. The strands of light are here to support the very fragile mantle of Mother Earth where all life resides. For this very fragile mantle is very thin, but underneath it is the skeleton, the structure, the bones, the blood, the muscle of Mother Earth. The mantle is like the hair on the head of a human being, or the skin around your body, this thin layer. And like your skin, this web of light is permeable. Light and energy pass through it, and light and energy are returned from the mantle and the core of Mother Earth into the web of light. This is how life comes to be. For this light and love I speak of is divine energy, as you, human beings, have defined it through many, 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 many centuries, many civilizations, many timelines. This is the essence of the Creator. The matrix. Matrix is a beautiful word, for it comes from the root of mother. I am Spider-Woman grandmother, grandmother to all life. It is I who keep watch over the web, but not alone. It is I who keep watch over the web. From above and below are the grandmothers of the human race, the grandmothers of the elephant race, of the whales, of the dolphins, of all the beautiful creatures on Mother Earth. For there are grandmothers everywhere. We are the feminine principle of wisdom. There is great power in this energy. The grandmothers hold great power, but it is not the power that you have been taught about. It is something deeper, wider, and way more loving than any sense of power that you have been taught. The word power has been misused, misdefined, so that for most of your species, it has come to mean power over, something that must be reached for, that must be earned, that must be bought or sold. This is not the power of which I speak. For the power of the grandmothers comes from a deep inner knowing, a knowing that we hold the seed for future generations. What is important to understand tonight, and why I've come, is to help you understand that the seeds of this loving matrix have been planted. They have been planted all over Mother Earth. and she nurtures them, cares for them. However, these seeds are taking time to germinate. In some places, they are germinating more quickly than others. So the question becomes, how do you personally participate in the nurturing of these seeds? And once again, to define what I mean by this is these are seeds of light and wisdom, of knowing, of unity, of the interconnectedness of every living being, of everything of matter on every planet in every universe. To see this, you must open your third eye. For those of you who wish to, come with me now. Engage your third eye. Start with the deep lapis blue and see within the lapis golden sparkles of light. Focus on these. Breathe into this lapis blue sky. And as you breathe, come with me, and I will show you how energy moves everywhere, how energy makes up everything on Earth, above Earth, into the galaxy, into the Milky Way, and far beyond. Allow your mind, your third eye, to take you far out, knowing that you are grounded and protected. There's nothing to fear. Journey, journey, journey to see the molecules, the tiny sparkles of energy moving, coming together, breaking apart, some fast, some slow, creating matter, but always, always shifting and changing. This is the energy encapsulated in the seeds I was referring to. When you're ready, come back. Come back to your mind, to your third eye. See your body sitting in your room. Take some breaths. Breathe in that star-like energy. Breathe it into your lungs. Breathe it into every cell, for this is the stardust you are made of. Everything is made of. And these seeds are compacted, focused sources of this loving light and energy. But these seeds are only available to those who feel this, who recognize this, and who are willing to see with the heart these seeds as they have been planted around Mother Earth, and as they are being nurtured in some places, they are also dormant in others. And in the places where they are dormant, there's great disconnection. Disconnection mind to heart. Disconnection of the personal to the greater good and the whole. It is one of the very greatest challenges of being human. For human beings, most human beings tend to take things personally. And it is that concept of It's all about you that caused this great disconnect. For each of you is built of the same light as every other living creature, every other living being, from the tiniest amoeba to the greatest, tallest sequoia. There is wisdom in the tiniest of beings and the tallest and greatest of beings. All of these beings know their place in the web of life and light. At this time on your planet, many humans are floundering. And it is in these places, your cities, where the seeds are unable to germinate because they are not nurtured. They are not loved and cared for. But these seeds are not in the ground. These seeds are in the human heart. It is critical that those of you who feel a loving connection with other humans, with animals, with plants, with the earth herself, those of you who feel the heartbeat of life, it is so very important that you nurture the seeds within your hearts. For as you do, these seeds will germinate. These seeds will grow. And as they grow in your hearts, more light becomes available to you, so that you shine in a very different way as this seed grows and blossoms. Your chakra system is an example of this. For the ancients taught you that every chakra is a multi-petaled lotus, a flower. Your ancients knew and remembered this. All of this information is available to you. You have created an incredible network, threads connecting all of you to one another. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? All of these threads you call the internet, reaching all around the world. However, you must be discerning. Is this a web of light that you are traveling upon, or a web of darkness that does not nurture the seeds of love and light? You must choose. For you have an awareness now of the importance of nurturing these seeds planted all over the world. Now, it is important to know that just as in nature, all seeds do not germinate. It's all right. They never will in that being. They never will. Other seeds have been neglected. Other seeds have been ignored, and other seeds are completely unknown. It is not up to you to differentiate. It is simply to know that within you is this seed of light and love, and as you nurture it and you help it grow, you connect to the web of light that encircles the earth, that is within the earth, and that reaches out into the universe. This is light and sound. It is a way that your entire nervous system vibrates to. Every cell in your body vibrates to this beautiful web of light. If you are aware, it becomes even brighter. And it contributes in a very great way to the health of this web. So, remember that as you walk through your day, remember what you focus on is either giving love and nurturing and nourishment to that little seed, or it is not. And those of you who are aware, who understand and feel my words, it is essential that you nourish, nurture, love that seed of wisdom and love and light within you. For in order for the human species to evolve into consciousness, more of these seeds need to grow and flourish. This is a critical moment for humanity. So much, so many species are in danger of disappearing. And as they do, their strands of light are removed from Mother Earth. They don't die and disappear. They shift form. Their energy reforms somewhere else. For energy doesn't die. It doesn't disappear. It simply changes form. But the earth, as you know and love these different species, will change. It is changing. Some of this, even those of you with seeds that are germinating and blossoming, you will not stop or be able to influence the disappearance of certain species. But know this: when you love, you are able to send that species love and appreciation. That nourishes and nurtures them as they change. Anger, sadness, frustration is not going to help. It will neither help them, nor will it help the seeds that need to germinate in the hearts of those who are ready. But do not waste your energy on those who are not willing to even see or think about a seed of love and light growing in their hearts. Because those who are true to that knowledge, that wisdom, that love and light is not focused on one being or one group of beings. This isn't about loving some and not others. For this seed knows no difference. It only knows love and light. So do not be fooled by those who profess to love when they only will love according to certain criteria or belief. That is not the energy we are talking about tonight. This web of light and love and sound is also nourished by music. Music that balances, heals, music that calms, music that excites, stimulates from a loving place, not from an angry place, not from a distorted place. Your cells do not resound to that. Your cells resound to the loving tones of that which harmonizes and balances. Surround yourself with that when times seem bleak, when you feel surrounded by beings who are dull to this information, who are dull to the seed that has been planted in their hearts. Do not dwell there. Do not waste time there. Love and let them go. Move on. For there is very great work to be done to help shift and raise the frequency of human beings on this planet. Do not despair. Do not give up. Even as you come to the end of your life, know that as you nurture and nourish that seed within you, you are contributing in extraordinarily important ways. And when it is time for your soul to depart your body, your energy will become part of the net of life, the web of life, the tapestry of sound. For those of you who love the earth and love the beings on Mother Earth, you will become part of the web that encircles, protects, and loves this planet. If you choose to, you will always have a home there. So remember this, my dear ones, my grandchildren, my great, 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 great grandchildren. You are here at a very important time. Nurture the seed of love and light in your hearts. Turn away from that which darkens your skies and focus on the love and the light. For in time, it will prevail. You may not see it in this lifetime, but keep doing it anyway. It is growing. There is great support. The net brightens. The net expands. The web grows with every loving being. Thank you. That is my message to you tonight. Thank you for inviting me to your circle. I am grateful for all my children all around the earth, those who know of me and those who don't, but for all those who love, who see a greater vision, who see the connection, all those different strands in the web, in the net, and how they glow and they're bright and beautiful. You are part of that. It is part of you. Blessings from my heart to yours. Wow. How are you all feeling? Anybody want to share? I want to thank each of you who was here tonight, who felt guided to be here tonight, for grounding and holding the energy for that message to come through. It feels so good to me, for I have been struggling with the perception of, I guess, as Spider Woman grandmother called it, those with the seed unrecognized or unknown. I have been trying to understand the thinking, and I haven't been able to. And I think I was putting my attention in the wrong place. I think this is a much more understandable description of what I've been trying to make sense of. And I feel so relieved to be set back on track, if you will, from trying to figure out people and motivations and choices and all of that, which has just kept me spinning and has made me sad, actually. And I now can feel it's okay to not know what the thinking and motivation and choices, and there's no need to try and figure it out. In fact, it's a major waste of energy. The way she explained it is so powerful about the seed in the hearts and how there are all these different levels of growth of that seed in all beings, all humans around the planet. And I think when we say the phrase namaste, basically the beauty in me sees the beauty in you. It's a recognition of soul to soul or heart to heart. That phrase now has a meaning for me attached to this concept of seedlings. You know, the seedling in me honors the seedling in you. Maybe not sees it, but honors it. And perhaps that seedling is completely dormant in that person or sprouting like crazy and everything in between. And some of those seedlings, like the Dalai Lama, are probably in full bloom, right? And other beautiful beings on this planet, Saima and Amaji, and some of these beautiful teachers around the world that I don't even know about. So it doesn't matter what stage that seedling is in, but I hope that it'll help each of us recognize, kind of like feel out, okay, the seedling in me honors the seedling in you, and take a moment to check in with whatever it is that you feel in that first impression, just like with our intuition, is going to give us a sense of what kind of seedling we're meeting. I believe we can do that. I love this focus. And so I think for me, it'll help me differentiate. It's not a judgment. It's just, oh, okay, that seedling is really dormant, or that seedling is just starting to sprout. It'll be fascinating to experience that. And I think celebrate when we meet another seedling that's sprouting and feel really good that we're connecting with that person. Because this is a human thing. The animals are all open. The plants are all connected. It's not anything that they need to do, or they need to nurture, or they need to be aware of. This is something that we humans, this is unique to us, what she was sharing with us. And so I think, if you wish, I invite you to experiment with this when you meet someone, and you can feel into your own heart and see where you are. And I think your heart will tell you pretty quickly that this is someone who is in a similar place or not. And again, it's not a judgment. It's simply, oh, okay, wow, I really want to be around, I want to be in this garden. I want to be in this garden where these seeds are growing, which means I want to be with those people. And the others, bless them and let them go. She said, there's nothing, we can't help them grow their seed. We can't, that's something they have to choose, and they have to become aware of in whatever way, that's just an image, right? That's just a metaphor. But I love it because it's so beautifully clear. It's so crystal clear. And now what we have to do, or can practice, is playing with that, right? Experimenting with that. So I'm very grateful, because it's going to help me discern, I want to be over here, and there's no point in being over there. And I don't have to figure anything out, because that, as I said, has been really bugging me, really stressful. The other thing I noticed that she said is that this flowering of these seeds, enough of them, we may not see in our lifetime. In fact, we probably won't. And I think for me, I was starting to come to the conclusion where I thought human consciousness was further ahead than it seems to be. And that became very disappointing to me of late, recently. But I think that now I have a better understanding of, there's a longer timeline, and it's okay. Because when she said that when we leave our bodies, those of us that want to be part of the net of life that nurtures and cares for the planet and all life on it, we can be a part of that, or go wherever else we need to go or want to go. But I love that idea of going into that web of light and continuing to love the earth. So that's a beautiful promise or offering that she gave us. And so I feel so much calmer. I feel so much more clarity than I've been feeling. Has that happened? Did that happen for any of you all? Maybe you weren't feeling tortured like I've been over the last couple weeks or more, but just been made really clear recently about consciousness and unconsciousness. Does this speak to you, support you in going forward in life and in the light? Does it give you that? Does it give you a gift? Anybody want to say?
Okay, I have something. For me, when she was talking about focus on my growth more, so I think it's, for me, I have not been watching news at all. I mean, since the COVID thing, I just completely turned everything off. I don't even watch the news at all. I read maybe whatever I can pick because I don't want any information coming in to mess up my energy or make me upset. It's like she said, if I'm upset about something or somebody, it's going to stop my growth. So I think she just gave me a permission to just don't waste energy to the other. I'm just doing the right thing for myself. Just focus on my growth. And maybe I can become bigger. Maybe I can spread my seeds to somebody else to maybe plant that onto somebody else by doing something, because like attract likes, right? So if we focus on something, we find maybe we have the same flowers to attract the same tribe. So I need to focus on that. And I think she just gave me the permission. That's correct. And you need to focus on your own to the good light and good seedlings, and don't even waste time to the other one is just not even noticing what they have. So that was a great message. It was it's a lot to think about.
Thank you. Thank you. That was beautiful. Good for you for not letting a lot of difficult stuff in. I think I've let too much stuff in. But yeah, that's beautiful, Misai. And it's interesting because it's not about not caring about others.
Mm-hmm.
It's not at all. It's just about keeping our energy focused in love and light and this expansive growth from the heart. And that's not to push anyone out or judge anyone or anything else. But again, it's also not wasting energy over there that we can't have any influence or, can't help or add anything to it, because that's just like trying to mix oil and water. It's not going to happen. So yeah, I get that. And I'm very grateful for this because I really need to work with this more. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I feel very similar to Misai. I don't have TV, I don't have cable, I haven't watched news in years. An occasional feed will come up online, but I just choose to not look at it. I have to protect my mental health. And if I get sucked into that, I will get depressed. And this was a great message that it's okay to do that. People tell me I'm just living in my bubble and that I don't know what's going on, but that's how I stay sane.
Me too. Yeah,
so
I agree.
I have to do that. I don't care if people judge me for that. I have to take care of me because nobody else will. So this was a fantastic message.
Yes, I agree.
And all that negative energy, I don't lend any energy to that. I just bless it and release it, say a little prayer over them, and move on.
Good for you, Jackie. That's beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, that's really needed. That's really needed right now, because there's a lot of craziness going on around us, and as she said, we're needed to hold this space of love and light for ourselves, but also it will attract those other beings in agreement with that. And then we will have the support. We're not isolating. It's not an isolation. It's a discernment, right? Of what we put our attention to and what we let in. And that's, especially if you're an empath and you're sensitive, that's critical to not losing yourself in stuff. So beautiful that you guys are doing such a great job of that. I'm going to follow that lead. It was hard because I was around people who wanted to watch the news all the time. And I don't at all. Marcus and I don't watch TV either. We get the news that we need to know, but sometimes we can get wrapped up and get frustrated and angry, but that's not feeding. It's not nurturing that little seed. That's like the seed's going, that's icky.
A little
Huh?
the pesticide on you.
Oh, there you go. The pesticide. I need to think of it that way. That's brilliant. I do not want to be spraying pesticides on my seed. I love that. That's great. It's a pesticide. Stop listening.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. Oh, thank you, Misai. No pesticides in this house.
Nope.
Beautiful. That's great. Penny, anything you'd like to share or? Go ahead.
Not really. I'm just mentally exhausted.
Oh, that's okay. I understand.
So many crazy clients, and
Oh,
and the phones don't stop ringing, and it's just, and I'm so obsessed with this damn stimulus check that I need. So I watch too much of that stuff trying to find out when we're going to get stimulus. I just need to chill.
Yep, there you go. Chill and focus on your beloveds, your sweet kitties, and Coben, and the joy and the silliness of Coben, and the silliness of the kitten playing with him, and the
Oh,
sweet.
yeah, they are silly.
That's right, and that makes you laugh. And laughter is one of those things that nurtures that seed, right? Laughter and music, right? She was talking about music. So, all of that, we need to surround ourselves with that. That's another thing I realized I missed when I was, away from the house. I listened to classical music throughout the day. And my friend, because she's a dancer, she said, I don't like classical music. I had to dance to it all the time. And I was like, oh, okay. So there was some beautiful Hawaiian music that she would play at dinner time, but I didn't have music around me that whole time either. So now that I'm home, I'm listening to the classical music again, and I didn't realize till I didn't have it how much that supported me, that music, and being tuned to those frequencies of that music that I love. And then we listen to other music as well that we love too. So that's a beautiful piece, is when if we get overwhelmed, or we get too much coming at us, put on music that we love, singers that we love, and that's another way to get ourselves back into that different vibration, right? It's all about what vibration do we want to hang out in. So wow. So Pen, whatever you can do, we talked about, so take whatever from this is useful to you throughout the day, and see what you can tap into.
I need a Rick Springfield concert.
There you go. You need a Rick Springfield, but listen to his records. Listen to it,
Yeah.
your CDs, and you love that. It fills you up because you know Rick and you love Rick, and that's beautiful. Give yourself more of that. Blast him, as long as it doesn't hurt the animal's ears. Yeah, that's exactly right. That anything that fills our hearts and takes us away from the stuff that doesn't nurture our seedlings, that's the key. That's what really is needed right now. And that's the other part to remember that I love, is she said, everyone that does this is adding to the web of light. So we need to be doing that, just like you said, Jackie and Misai. We need to be doing that and not wasting our energy on that which is the opposite. Simple, right? Simple. So love and blessings to all of you. Does anybody, before we close, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add? Okay. So I will, I think, post this on Kinship with Animals so that more people can hear what she had to say, because I think this would be helpful to so many of, you know, our tribe, our pack family out there in the world. So thank you for, again, holding the space, creating this circle for her to enter in and share this beautiful message with us. So lots of love to all of you who are here and to all of you who will be listening. Thank you again, and bless all those little seedlings everywhere. Thank you.
Night.
Night.